go. Excuse me. I got the burpees. There's Siri Bot. And stream elements. Alright. Let's get a more dashboard. Alright, let me check the stream and everything. Hopefully it's looking good, sounding good. Alright. Share stream. Post to Twitter. That's there. Okay. Post sent. Check Discord, usual places. I don't know why, but like I feel like now I don't know why, but like I thought at one point in time they stopped doing the thing where it was like I felt like it literally at one point in time they stopped doing the thing where it's like, oh, it's gonna automatic where it's like, oh, it's gonna automatically just like show everything in the store and sort of like certain little moments and stuff, if you will. Just be like, oh, it's like, oh, we're gonna just let you do that yourself, you know, with the right, with the, you know, the certain with the certain buttons, of course. But I don't know. But everything seems good, so yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'll put my phone on, you know, charge here, charge it up and everything. Even though it's not like really low or anything like that, it's just, you know, the little something. I'll want to do my thing. But in any case, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, as always, everyone, hey yo, my fellow Romo Maniacs, it's Mr. Romo Roses here, and welcome back to yet another installment of Dead by Daylight. So, um, so originally this was supposed to be like the debut of Mortal Kombat 11, because you know I had because I mentioned this in my last stream and everything like that, but it was like but basically, like in short, it's supposed to be like a thing where I was to be playing some No Rest for the Living, you know, for Doom 2 with the Deuce remake on Wednesday. It's part of a little thing that that I kind of like randomly refer to as like Weapons Mod Wednesday, and there's going to be Mortal Kombat 11 for you know, for Thursday, aka today. Um, and then I was thinking about, and then I kind of like found out that after Blood Moon event had come and gone, that the Chaos Shuffle has slightly returned for about like a week or so at most. Even though it's like a few days as of not as of you know the stream, but you know like overall it's been about like a week or so at most. Maybe maybe close to like a week, but like saying like with like 6 days and shit like that. But still, you know. So I think to myself like, oh well, I can probably do some DVD, probably do some chaos shuffle, just for content, and all that just jazz. And I was gonna do a thing where it's like maybe on one day, or where I was gonna do like a thing. I was like, oh, I could probably do like a 3-day plan thing of like Monday and Tuesday, like Wednesday and Thursday being DVD, and then Monday during my active week of streaming, I would do some more DVD um because it'll be kind of like the final day until whatever until it goes away, and then it comes back another time or something like that. So yeah. Um, but but I kind of like decided to be like, hey, I'm just gonna just play like some more Combat 11 because I really want to kind of get into that and everything. I was like, I'll play some DVD for Thursday, and then probably on Monday, I'll do it from there. So yeah. But yeah, for those that don't know what can but yeah, for those that don't know, the Chaos Shuffle mode is a little game mode slash modifier that usually lasts about like X amount of days, one like around like a week or something like that at most. But depending on like certain situations and stuff like that. But for those that don't know, Chaos Shuffle is pretty much a modifier slash game mode that's kind of like a randomizer, if you will. Like short and sweet, it's kind of like a randomizer. Basically, what happens is um, whether you're playing as killer or survivor, you go into a match not knowing not being able to pick your own perks. Thus the game pretty much does it for you. Kind of like you load into a game session, and and you're assigned random perks each time. And you never know exactly what you're gonna get either. Sometimes it could be like a really good loadout. Sometimes it could be a bad loadout. Sometimes you might get like a decent loadout. And of course, you play the game out as normal as possible. If you like playing as killer, you try and get a 4K or something at most. Survivor, do gens, escape and all that. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's basically no, it's basically like normal 1v4 DVD, but perks are shuffled each time, or perks are randomized each time for every session that you get into. So yeah. I kind of figured that for today, or to start things off at most, that I would play some killer. Because even though I'm not really gonna do the blight thing, but I want to kind of maybe like try to dock the thing for the daily thing for duck there. As you can see, all the perks, here are, cover, this little hit perk, icon thing. You see perk selection for this slot has been disabled by the current modifier. Like I said, you can only build to. The only thing you can really be able to do is like you can be able to choose like your add-ons and your offerings, for killer. And for survivor, you can be able to pick like offerings, um, items like flashlights, medkits, and add-ons for whatever you're using. So yeah. Let's see. Trying to think. Try that. This is kill spiders by any means. So essentially, been saying, I was like, hey, try to get it like a 3K. Yeah, so for right now, I'm gonna kind of do the thing where it's like I'm using Restrained Class 3, where survivor's auras are revealed for 2 seconds when their madness level increases, and stuff like that, all that other stuff. And change the shape of the shock therapy to a ring, because I don't know, like for whatever reason, like whenever I see the daily challenge with Doctor of like, oh, try and get the trios, like, oh, try and fucking shock a few survivors, with shock therapy. As Doctor, I always be like, oh, I could probably just I was like, oh, I could probably just go from whatever the main focus was. So I want to say that's kind of like a thing. It's like a thing that's like right in front of you. I'm not gonna say it's like a line or something like that, but I don't know, cause I don't really know. I don't really know like every single little like detail, but I do know that like the doctor has like a thing where it's like, oh, you can change the way shock therapy works, and it's like a certain little like spot, if you will, certain like a little spot, little range or whatever. Yeah, this will also be kind of like a thing to do for my killer grade, because I'm at Ash 1 right now, and I'm at Silver 1 on Survivor. All I need to really do is get like maybe like a couple of things there, but I want to try to see if I can maybe get like my killer grade thing up some. Because the higher that your grades are for either for both sides, the more blood points you can be able to get whenever the annual rank reset comes, which is always on the 13th of every month. And since we are in May, I mean like about like I think like 12 days away from now. Jane, Sable, Kate, Rebecca. So Kate and Jane are both. So Kate and Jane are both PSN because they don't have the world icons next to them. But I gotta watch out for Jane because she's got the beamer. Another little thing that I kind of noticed more or less was, I kind of noticed this before I started streaming because I was like, because earlier today I think like DVD had released the trailer for the new Survivor for for the new chapter thing. This is like I think it's like Steady Pulse or something, where there's gonna be a new Survivor called Arilla Rose, and she's coming out pretty soon. Like as far as like soon goes, it's gonna be around like this Monday because it's be on the 5th. Starting on Cold Wind. Alright, what kind of perks do I get? So there's calling, barbecue, and chili. Batteries included. I want to say awaken awareness. Ouchie! Okay, so let's see. Now someone was in there, but Also saw. Wait, does Jane have object of perception? Okay, so that's 2 hooks. Oh, and that's 2 hooks, 2 shocks. Do it. Okay, so Rebecca's tier 3. In terms of madness, that is. I think that's 3 now. Wish I had bamboo of some sort. Monsieur Romero. Damn it.
Oh, barely missed. That was a thing, I guess. Beep. Beep. Ow. What's that for? Or... Okay. So... I'm making some airport streamers, like a few at most. Alright, so... So yeah, we kind of like randomly playing around more with skull merchants, cosmetics stuff that. So far from what I can gather, I think I got like pretty much the majority of the outfits and everything. I think like the only things I don't really have, honestly, is just like the low ones, like the low like the low priority recolored ones or something like that. But we kind of just like randomly playing around with like a. I'm kind of like randomly playing around with like an idea of like making a quote unquote frost merchant. Um, the idea consists of pretty much two things, which is the frosty eyes and the frozen dual blades. I'm kind of thinking about like what kind of like what I kind of do for like the body piece and everything like that, because I think this was like the one thing I had in mind, but I don't know. Tight dress was kind of like something I never really played around with. And of course, there's this, because I think like this. I think like carbon boot print is pretty much like the one like I think carbon boot the carbon boot print, right, is like the one is like the one outfit thing that a lot of people fall head over heels for. I mean, I'm not saying like it's a bad thing or whatever, but so I don't know. Mm, no. I do randomly think to myself like, um, I do randomly kind of think to myself of like, what if Skull Merchant was in the Hooked on You DVD dating sim thing? Like, what would her thing be? Like, what would her like, sexy summer attire looking thing be? Cause, cause I know that like for Huntress, she's got like a tropical like color, like a tropical colored like dress type thing. Um, I forget what the thing is called for Spear, but I know she's got a thing as well. No, I'm just randomly thinking to myself, it's like because imagine certain like certain other outfits and things like that for what Skull Merchant could wear. I think if I remember though, like I think I remember like a time or two where um I think I remember like a time or two where like I seen like some thumbnails of like how there's no I don't know if people call it, like fish covering for the cover of the footprint or whatever, but it's like it's like just seeing like just like not seeing like like the covering, the black like neck covering things or whatever. Yeah. Oh boy, I don't know if I'm gonna be fighting. I don't know why, but like I'm kind of I have like this kind of like so-so moment where like the majority, if not all, of the people I go up against, when I'm playing colors and and all that, it's like I don't know why, but like I get like some sort of like just sort of like this weird, I don't know if I want to say like uneasy feeling or something like that. Where it's like if I'm facing like an entire lobby of PSN users that like if I kill them in some sort of way that they sometimes that there might be like a chance of like one or more of them might message me and like try and say like, oh, you're bad, or it's like, oh, stop doing this or that or whatever. Like, I don't know, like I can understand of like having like certain like a certain number, but like a full lobby of like PSN users just like, do I want to be able to go through that and have and hope for the rest and like do I want to go through that and then take the slight little like quote unquote risk of someone that I might like maybe like end up killing or whatever in the game just because I'm a killer, be ended up like like messaging me and cussing me out and all that. Because I think like at one point in time, whenever I started like playing on PSN and all that, it was like I think I might have had it to where it was like only people that were friends of mine on PSN could message me, but I think I was kind of like thinking to myself like, oh, I could probably maybe try a thing where it's like, oh, you're like, oh, anyone can message me even if they're not friends, even if they're not like on my on my friends list. And I'd say for the most part, I'd say like for the most part, like it's been a bit like so-so. Oh, we got a possible Twitch streamer.
I might see about looking them up um, after this session. Got Anonymous Felix, Bills on PSN. I can't really quite tell because it's like so like small. Like I think that Michaela's name is like All Morgana or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Shit. Nostromo. Alright, so Jag Compass. I think Hex 2 can play. I want to say that's the Biffle. And possibly the Leverage? Or I want to say like possibly like either like Leverage or Game of Foot. Sure deal. Okay. Well, I think oh yeah, I think I just wanted to like do a bit of a thing where it's like I was gonna go probably around to this gen over here. Ain't that son of a bitch? Okay, so Felix has got Calm Spirit. You know, I just realized this, but knowing the fact that like my obsession keeps changing, I could more or less like possibly get stacks. I could possibly get like more stacks and stuff like that. It's the bitful.
someone has disabled my drone, or a drone. Fuck. Aimed at the beach. Yes, yeah, it is game afoot. Fuck, I could have had that! Oh, I could have fucking had that. Come to it. Kick this. Yo, did Claudette have, did Claudette have Deliverance? She has something else I don't know. I'm honestly kind of curious about that. Fuck. So I'd say that the majority of them are on Death Hook, except for the Michaela. Probably gonna be a 1K. Yes, it is what it is. I probably would like to hopefully get the bell, but I doubt that I will. Gonna get that. Up. Oh, see, okay, I think maybe it was, okay, it was second wind, okay, okay. Let's see. Go ahead and get that. But yeah, I think what I'm probably going to do is whatever blood points and stuff that I get, from now until Monday, at least. Even though like I'm probably gonna be doing like like Survivor stuff for the most part, like after this stream, at least until Monday. But probably what I'm gonna be doing at most is I'm probably gonna just be like, hey, I'm gonna just I'm gonna save up I'm gonna save up I'm probably gonna like save up my blood points and everything to put into the new Survivor when they come out on Monday. I might not be able to. Oh, excuse me. I might not be able to prestige them, like I might not be able to like P1 them, but at most I could probably be like, oh, I can get them I can get them up enough and um get their 3 perks. Then I can have the 3 perk slots unlocked, so I can be able to do my adept run that way. I'm thinking that my idea for the Monday stream at most is I think I might be like, oh, I'm gonna try and get the new Survivor, or I'm gonna try and um I'm gonna dump some blood points into them, get at least the 3 perk slots unlocked, so I can be able to maybe maybe I can be able to adept them for stream, and then probably if I get to it, if I accomplish that on stream and I have like a decent amount of time, but I could probably be like, oh, I could probably be like, oh, I can finish out the rest of the stream or whatever by playing some Chaos Shuffle. Like I said, it's going to be going away on Tuesday at most, unless if behavior be like, hey, we're going to extend it a bit or something. Because you never know. You never know. I think that the Nia's name is Toxic Sus Bitch. And if it is, I gotta say, that name. Yeah, some of the names that people come up with these days. Some of the names and everything like that, so you never know what to really expect. Midwichi. Should be interesting. I got the Shadowborn, Spiffle again, Trail of Torment. Um, I want to say Gift of Pain. Oh hi. Okay, so I believe, yeah, so with Trail of Torment, I'm pretty much undetectable until a survivor interacts with the gen that I kicked, and I believe as well, that, like, I'm trying to think, I believe as well that, like, the gen is highlighted in yellow for survivors. You. I will admit, sir, you get the balls. Vittorio, I mean, that man was ballsy. But I mean, hey, I mean, you know, he did the thing. You know, he did the thing. I mean, he got first gen done. So yeah, if you think you'll be able to do it, then do it to it. Do it, man. No. Oh hi. I say, where the fuck did he go? Let's see. Got two people on hook. Is Alex is the is the Alex going mixed, or is that just I did. Oh. Wait. Someone's around here, I think.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Where'd you come from? Where'd you go? That's one. Some progress there. Oh, hi. Alright, so got that done. Let's see. Alan had Prove Thyself, Blood Pact, Bite the Bullet, Soul Survivor. Jake had that connection. Or make it. That's a nice little like do a kind of like healing deal. And appraisal. Yeah, I had no mither. Mither made for this, for the competition. Just have a tour. Well, apparently Alan had a map. If it's a map offering, I think it was like I think it had like the things where it's like it extends the aura reading. It's not a bad thing, not a bad idea. You know, like not a bad idea at all. You know, it's like because you know, like you never know exactly what you're gonna get, and you know, but everything is like, oh, I can build just like, oh, I can build, you know, this. I can very fine, you know, like certain things and all that. Good obsession. It is quality. How many more? Okay, so I got 8 streamers. But, you know, I might as well start using them, so. Got 415 ebony mories. So pretty much be able to say, like, oh, you know, whenever, you know, like whenever I kill someone, or whenever someone's on their death luck and all that, and regardless how many gens there are and how many people are left, I can be like, hey, you know, you can more him. So, Kate, Yui, Feng Min. Does Feng have a key? Or... I feel like that's either like a key or a flashlight. Like, I want to randomly say it might be a key. I just gotta wait for one more survivor. So now we got Nia. So Nia, Yui, Fang, and Kate. Yui's on PSN, so there's always that one. Apparently Nia left. Boo! But I am kind of curious though about one thing. Um, I'm kind of curious though about one thing. So, because of how Aurora Rose is not a licensed character, and us being like, oh, it's a, it's like, oh, it's an original character, and everything, right? Um, I'm kind of randomly wondering if like, cause I'm remembering a long while back whenever I first got my, um, I'm remembering a long time ago when got my first non-licensed survivor that you could be able to pay with iridescent shards. Um, and I can't remember exactly how much the fuck they were. Cause like this random part of me wants to say it was like 72,000 or something like that, but I don't know. But like overall though, like I am wondering, but overall like I am wondering about if it's gonna still like follow that tradition of non of like non-licensed characters being able to be bought for area with iridescent shards instead of always having to do auric cells. Another thing that's kind of been on my mind is the whole situation with 2v8 because when I got on DBD today, um, there's a thing that popped up about like, oh, take a 2v8 survey and everything like that, um, and I saw a couple of killers that might be potentially coming in the next iteration, which is Ghostface and Oni, and I'm kind of thinking to myself like, okay, interesting little combination. But it also made me kind of wonder, though, about the possible third, um, because the majority of the time, whenever 2v8 would, make its, come back and all that, it was seeming like a thing where they would have like, where they would like add three killers, three killers in like each and every iteration. And I'm kind of thinking to myself like, okay, I'm just like thinking to myself like, okay, so we got the possibility of like seeing Ghostface and Oni, but who would be the third killer that they might bring? Because I'm curious, because like I'm honestly kind of wanting to see like Skull Merchant in 2v8. Because I'm really curious to see like what Skull Merchant would be like in 2v8. But then again, I'm also kind of thinking of stuff like, oh, they're gonna like either spin around later, or is it gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna wait until the possibility of like the possible rework, which I'm not really sure how I feel about the rework that they're trying to do. I'm kind of I'm kind of hoping honestly that they don't really go through with that. Because supposedly like they're wanting to
try and make Skull Merchant as like a ranged killer. Like supposedly it's gonna be like a thing where it's like, oh, you know, like her Jones going to go beep 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 beep, you know, all that. But I don't know. I'm kind of like iffy about it. Because for one, it's like, you know, it's like, oh, fucking another rework that you know people have to, you know, get used to, and then you know there's the whole situation of like, oh, it's gonna be probably another case of like, you know, people are still going to like, it's probably gonna still be that thing of like, oh, you know, people are, you know, more than like will still bitch and moan about, you know, facing Skull Merchant. To the point where it's like either like, you know, they might, you know, they either still might like, you know, kill themselves on the hook just to go next, or you know, just DC at the sight of, you know, of seeing her, or you know, at least some, or like, you know, somehow knowing that, you know, that they're facing her. Big what a swamp. Ew, more. That's rapid brutality, blood warden, oppression. Okay, so right off the bat, now I'm not gonna be able to get bloodlust. So Monsieur Tapper. Oh. Fuck. I'm gonna say, like, is there no fucking... That's like, is there no fucking, like, way to get up? Basement here, basement here. Oh, that was close. I see you. Might seem a bit scummy, but, you know, she is my obsession.
possibly get Bloodborne value? If it actually will work or not. Hmm. Probably wants to like think to myself like, do I want? Nah. That'll be a 3K nonetheless. So. Yeah, it's not bad. You know, I'll take a 3K. Like, I'll take a 3K and then, you know, at least I got a little bit of Bloodborne value. So, yeah, it is what it is. I started around thinking to myself, like, you know, do I want, like, do I want to, like, you know, risk it for the biscuit, try to go find the bill or something like that? But, you know, he came to me, even though, like, he was healed, like, and I get, you know, like, the thing, yeah, but, you know, so it was pretty nice overall. So, you know, no harm, no foul. No harm, no foul, no foul, no harm. Alright, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd still say that was, you know, a decent little game. You know, like I said, you know, I didn't, cause like, even though like I've never really used Bloodborne in a lot of my, like my main loadouts and all that. You know, somehow being able to get it, where it's like, oh, it actually procs, and you know, people are actually staying in the thing, like, but like, you know, they're like staying in the thing, and it's like, you know, staying in the exit gate nonetheless, right? So. So I can pretty much say, you know, that I got a little bit of Bloodborne, I got a bit of Bloodborne value. Even like even if you know like even if like I didn't get it against the person who you know was hiding in the gate, but you know like, I still got I got some value out of it nonetheless. So yeah. So we got Nick, Ash, Ripley, and Jane. You know, I kind of feel like in a way, seeing someone, seeing someone else play Ash, like I feel like it's so rare. Because I would say in a way that cause I would say in a way that like like I said, it does feel very rare to see someone else. It does feel rare to see another person playing Ash. It's like it's so surreal. It's like didn't know if there's gonna be happening. Yeah. Dead dog. Just go either way. Okay, so remember me, Insidious, Spice from the Shadows, and I think that's Race Park.
Yeah.
I somehow missed that. Oh, dude. It's like I somehow missed that. Yeah, so yeah, that's Wraithbird because the thing where it's like if you lost Chase with someone you're with and everything, then it'll show their aura for a few seconds. They go show their aura a little bit. I think Ash might have deception. Oh! Well played, well played. about to say. I mean, congratulations, you got the Sabo, but
Yeah.
oh. Okay, for I don't know why, but like I was thinking like for some random reason that I mean like I think that's the first time that I think that's literally like the first time that I've seen the abandonment thing actually kick in. Also, where's my party at? So yeah, fucking. So yeah, Nick. So yeah, so okay. So here's the thing, right? So Nick DC'd long before the abandonment thing, for the abandonment thing came up, right? Now I can understand like he was probably a bit, and I can understand like he was probably a bit annoyed, slash frustrated and all that, because it's like oh fucking um no one was seemingly coming to save him. But at the same time, though, it's like he was literally almost dead on the hook. Like he was literally dead on the hook. Predator, that's what the thing is. So it's like you could have been like, oh, I'm going to just let go and just go next or something like that, But I don't know. Now for Ash and Jane, they use the abandoned system, so I can understand that. It's like fucking, because like, 'cause like, even though like I feel like Ash could have, possibly, like maybe got some distance, whatever. But it's like, oh, I was going to stay there and everything. And it's like, oh, just going to be like trying to, get Jane. It's like, oh, down Ash. Jane's like, right in my area and all that. So it's like, hey, But I don't blame Jane or the Ash, for for just hitting the abandoned thing, because you know, because it's like, hey,
why wait to be slugged, you know, for the whole time, but, you know. Let's see, what time is it? 7:01. Oh, hold on. I'm kind of randomly thinking about, like, you know, if this challenge will work since I'm playing Chaos Shuffle, but we'll see. For right now, though, I am going to go use the bathroom because I need to use it real quick. So I'm gonna blue screen you, and I'm also going to mute my mic. Alright, I'm back. Let's see. 2 seconds. I think what I might do is I might see about trying to do this little challenge right here. Um, and then I'm probably going to kind of call it. Not that there's anything like wrong or whatever, but I do, but like I do know that my dinner is has been made and all that, and I know it's pretty much like waiting for me and all that. So apparently, Siribot got another spam bot too.
Ah!
Alright, so let's see. Okay, so I don't really need Mori. So I'll put back on the bloody party streamers.
Yeah!
But I kind of found it a bit funny in a way that the Frosty Eyes pretty much went away. I think it's like around like the second to last Mori for some reason. We'll call it as like a bug.
down 6 survivors, so... Two James, a Leon, and a Claudette. I will say, like, besides seeing someone else playing Ash, yeah, besides randomly seeing someone else play Ash that's not me, I almost kind of find it rare in a sense as well to see someone playing as Jane that's, you know, that's you know, in her basic attire. Because a good majority of the times that I've seen people playing as Jane, you know, they always have like, you know, different cosmetics and stuff like that. You know, sometimes they even, you know, they even mix and match. So Greenville Square. Alright, so green chili. Green chili, I think. I can't remember what the name of that perk is. That's the thing about snow from Nemesis. Done. Ouch. It's like, ouchies, that hurt. Damn it. That's probably the general right next to more than that. Mi si crodette. Oh, where'd it go? Nice one. Open this pallet here. Damn it. Go for Shack. Ow. Not doing so hot. Okay, so halfway there. Fine. Someone's on that jet over there. Maybe I'll get to it in time. Survey says. Survey says yes. Yeah. Alright, even though this is considered a 1K, even though it is a 1K and all that, but... close. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, got that. See. I'll do that for now. Even though like I don't know if I'll really be able to actually get anything out of it. You know, like a custom game. Cause yeah, I am going to it. I was going to go do a bit of a thing, you know, where it's like, you know, I just, you know, have a little skirmish in here. You know, just doing stuff and things that, you know, pretty much have her quiet. But anyway, yeah, I'd say that today was pretty decent, you know, to say the least. Um, yeah, I got some interesting moments and everything like that. It's killer. You know, also got some, you know, some decent matches in as well, I think. So yeah. Emo Shimo. Umaguchi. You did. Oh god. Alright, so I'm just kind of looking and seeing about who to possibly raid. Well, I guess I'll wait a little bit, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream and everything like that. Um, I may or may not do a random ass stream like sometime this weekend or something. You know, kind of to sort of like, you know, maybe um, what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of like maybe like, you know, space things out, everything like that. But I'm not 100% for sure, so you know, kind of take it with a grain of salt, if you will. But I'd say probably like at most. But I'd say probably like at most, you know, like I might, cause I'm trying to think, cause I have ideas and stuff like that, you know, for, well, you know, what I might do. But I'd say like at most I might probably do like either some Elden Ring, you know, cause I might play around on this pay, Maybe looking for more, maybe like look for more cookbooks for her. So that she can pretty much have everything that you could possibly get in the game without having to go to like New Game Plus. Um, yeah, so like I said, I might do like some random Elden Ring where it's like I play as pay, look for cookbooks at the DLC while also maybe like helping people out at times. Uh, well, looks like I'm not rating them because it looks like they're about to end. Fucking. But anyway, so sorry if I'm kind of like repeating myself, but yeah, so probably like there might be a situation where I might play some Elden Ring, everything like that. Sometimes over the weekend, I might play as Pei to get some more cookbooks and stuff for her character and and everything. I know that I still have like a lot in doing the DLC. I also may or may not try to like randomly help people out in their world to like get more like get more rune arcs, more runes, maybe even then some. Or I might do something with Doom because I do have a lot of mods to play and everything. So I may play I may find like a random Doom mod idea that I want to try and do and go from there. Um, but yeah, like I said, yeah, it's going to be kind of like one of those situations where it's like a 50-50, 60-40, kind of random ass thing, because like I said, you never know, cause like I said, because when it comes to streaming and everything, right? Like it can be like all over the place. And sometimes I may actually try and do a stream of some kind. It's not during that's like not during my normal time frame. Might do more. Who knows? Alright, so yeah, like I said, I don't know for sure, because sometimes the mood might hit me, or if I'm, not really doing much of anything like that. But the next planned stream will hopefully be on Monday during my active week streaming. Um, I'm going to try my best to get the new Survivor, aka Rilla Rose. And I'm going to try and save up as much blood point stuff I can with her as well to get her, to at least get like her 3 perk slots unlocked, and then
what I might do is I might play some regular DVD to try and get her adapted and everything. And then, depending on how things go, especially like, time wise, um, I may or may not do some more cash shuffle, because of how, because of how like it is. Uh, it's only gonna be like like the last day per se. So, now things might change a little bit, but I think probably on Tuesday I might try and do some more Mortal Kombat 11. Might try to continue more with the story mode and everything. Friday will probably be more Nightmare Reaper. I don't know if I mentioned this on stream or not, but I did find out that apparently, um, in the last place that I stopped at, in the game, it didn't reset, so I didn't have to like, do like I didn't have to like, do part one of, that little like campaign or whatever. So, there's that. Saturday will more than likely be some form of shoot 'em up Saturday, and it might be between like either playing No Rest for the Living with Disc Demake, or I might sort of like take a break on that a little bit and maybe try out Sigil 2 for the first time um, because I've never really played Sigil 2 at all before. So like I've been thinking to myself like, hey, maybe I might play around with that and everything like that, and the reason why I'm bringing up Sigil 2 more or less is because um, they have technically because apparently they have officially added in Sigil 2 as part of the Doom plus Doom 2 port. While for a good little bit, it was known to be like an add-on that you could build, like an add-on slash mod that you could build to download and install. But now that they've added this official thing, so yeah. But as far as Sunday goes, I'm not really sure, but I might probably play some more. I might probably play like some more Binion Dark Revival or something like that, because I was gonna try and do that at one point, but never did. So yeah. But until that time and everything like that, though, as always, if you enjoy what you saw today, and you watch this on Twitch, feel free to give the channel a follow and become a Rumble Maniac today. If you don't follow me anywhere else online, you can check out my YouTube channel, give it a sub, all the usual good stuff. And feel free to follow me on Twitter as well, because I do post a lot of stuff from time to time. But until I see you on the next video or live stream, as always, take care everybody, and I hope you all have a good week or weekend.